Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLune 3-Pack Screen Protector plus 3-Pack Camera Lens Protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
The world of sports media has been left with a gaping hole since one of its most iconic figures, Jeff Van Gundy, was let go by ESPN as their lead NBA analyst. What happened to this brilliant mind that captivated audiences with his unique perspective and brutally honest opinions? It's hard to believe that the best analyst in the NBA isn't calling games anymore. We've seen some crazy changes at ESPN since Van Gundy left, from Doc Rivers to J.J. Redick to Richard Jefferson taking his place. But it's clear that none of these replacements can fill the void left by Van Gundy's departure. It's not just about his on-air presence. It's about the analysis and insights he brought to the table. The NBA is a fast-paced, play-by-play driven sport, which makes it challenging for analysts to stand out. However, Van Gundy was always able to cut through the noise with his thoughtful commentary and unique perspective. Sadly, that aspect of his personality, being brutally honest, also contributed to his departure from ESPN. Now, as we head into the NBA Finals, it's hard not to think about what could have been if Van Gundy were still behind the microphone. He had a way of going off script and taking viewers on a journey through the game that was both informative and entertaining. That's something that's sorely missed in today's sports media landscape. But we're not just talking about Van Gundy. We're also missing out on the next generation of analysts who could bring their own unique perspective to the table. The problem is, there aren't many great analysts out there right now, and it's unclear when we'll see someone come along and fill the void left by Van Gundy. Meanwhile, other sports media personalities are thriving, like Bill Simmons and Jon Stewart, who recently paid homage to Mike and the Mad Dog with a hilarious podcast. And on Twitter, folks like Ryan Clark are still going strong, despite his own controversy surrounding Robert Griffin III. Now, let's shift gears and talk about some of the greats in sports media who are still rocking 90 years old, including former NFL coach Jim Mora. That's right, this guy is still flying high at 90, and he's got a message for everyone: playoffs. And finally, we're talking to Tony Reilly from ESPN's Around the Horn about his departure from the show after 23 years. From contract status to regrets, Reilly shares all with us on this latest episode of Hoop Headlines Media with Jimmy Traina. It's a must-listen for anyone who loves sports media. If you missed our conversation with Sal Licata from WFAN Radio and SNY TV in New York, you can catch up now by checking out the Traina Thoughts segment on our podcast or YouTube channel. And if you're wondering what's next for ESPN, we've got all the latest scoop right here on Hoop Headlines. But before we go, I want to send my best wishes to wrestling announcer Jim Ross, who's undergoing surgery today after being diagnosed with colon cancer. The term GOAT gets thrown around so much, but in the case of Ross, it's 100% fact. That's all for this week on Hoop Headlines. Don't forget to follow me, Jimmy Traina, on X and Instagram for more sports media news and analysis. Until next time, stay tuned.